Welcome to our inauguration event of the 4 per mil virtual fair in the framework of the European Union Green Week 2021. We are pleased to have with us the President and the Vice Presidents of the 4 per mil initiative, Mr. Stéphane Le Foll, Mrs. Gabrielle Bastien, and Mr. Ibrahim Mayaki. We also have the honor to welcome Mrs. Catherine Geslain-Lanéelle, Director of the Life Tree Directorate at the General Secretariat of the Council of the European Union. Few housekeeping information and instruction. First, please keep your microphone off if you are not speaking. I'm talking up to the speakers, and switch on your camera only before we give you the floor. So for the attendants and the participant, you can post some information or exchange information in the chat part of the webinar, and you can have some question. You can ask some question. We are not sure we'll be able to have time to answer all of them, but if not, we will answer after the webinar on the AFRIS page. So we will record this event, and we will post the video of the opening event on our YouTube channel after the event. So, ladies and gentlemen, dear friends, all the members of the Executive Secretariat join me in thanking you for sharing this special moment with us. So here is, I will just share with you the program shortly of our event. So we will have speeches from the chair, from Mrs. Geslain-Lanéelle, from the vice chair, Mr. Mayaki and Mrs. Bastien. Then we will have a visit of the virtual fair and some information about the virtual fair by Marc Bernard and Julia Clem. And then there will be the official opening of the virtual fair. So I hope that this program will suit you. And without further ado, I would like to give the floor to Mr. Stéphane Le Foll, our president. Mr. President, you have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Secretary General, and welcome for all the exhibitors, to the participants of this event, to the EU representative, thanking him for this initiative to organize the EU Green Week. Proud of the 4 per 1,000 Sol for Food Security and Climate initiative for having organized a virtual fair, this first of its kind in the European framework, but probably not the last. Marc Bernard of the Executive Secretary will come back to this later. Proud in particular of the massive response for the partners and members of the initiative, with more than 120 stands at the time of the opening. For almost a year, the strategic plan has guided this action of the initiative for the next 30 years, with a clear 2050 vision, worldwide healthy and carbon-rich soil to combat climate change and hunger. Goals constituting of the 24 objectives, each with a baseline and target for the 2030 and 2050. This is a key document which we are currently translating into action and activities to be implemented by our partners and members with the support of the Executive Secretary and Task Force constituted around the strategic objective. This event, the virtual fair, fit perfectly with objective C1, advocating for soil health and the importance of soil for climate and food security, and raise the general awareness on the central role of the 4 per 1,000 initiative. And D1 facilitated, encouraged, and enhanced collaborations and exchange among stakeholders within and around the initiative of the strategic plan validated by the consortium of the member in June 2020. And even such as this one is particularly conducive to highlighting the diversity of the actors who are supporting the 4 per 1,000 initiative at all levels, all of whom are essential to the implementation of concrete actions and the field level in favor of soil health and soil carbon storage through agroecological practice. Be navigating through the stand of our virtual fair, visitors will be able to see the tremendous variety of action carried out by the PAIR 4000 initiative network at all levels and all over the world, starting with the European Union. The challenge is high, we know. We must all mobilize to fight climate change through agriculture and forestry by changing our production methods and more broadly, the paradigm of our agriculture by making it more resilient, more productive, and above all, more agroecological. Thank you for all who organized this meeting and good visit.
Thank you very much, Mr. President.
And Gabrielle is drinking.
Cheers.
Thank you very much, Mr. President, for your introductory remark, which summarized the framework within the 4 per mil initiative that led to the birth of this virtual fair idea. Now, I would like to turn to Mrs. Catherine Geslain-Lanéelle. Mrs. Director, you are doing us the honor of representing the European institution today, and we are very grateful for your presence. Allow me to give you the floor to enlighten us on the intention of the European Union through the organization of the Green Week, the ambitions of the new Green Deal proposed by the European Commission, as well as your vision of tomorrow's European agriculture in the fight against climate change. And in this context, the role that international actors such as the 4 per mil initiative can and must play. Mrs. Geslain-Lanéelle, you have the floor.
Merci, Paul. Mr. President, cher Stéphane, ladies and gentlemen, it is a great honor and a great pleasure to be with you today on the occasion of the 2021 European Green Week. Many thanks to you, Stéphane, Gabrielle, Ibrahim, and Paul, for inviting me. I'm very happy to see you again, though I shall confess that I would really have preferred to meet physically with you, but this will be for later, probably next year. Created more than 20 years ago, the EU Green Week provides every year the opportunity to engage with all stakeholders and interested citizens on how we can work together and make the ambition for a sustainable economy a reality. Sustainability is at the heart of the European Green Deal and its implementing strategies, and in particular, the so-called Farm to Fork strategy. The European Green Deal sets out how to make Europe the first climate neutral continent by 2050 and maps a new sustainable and inclusive growth strategy to boost the economy, improve people's health and quality of life, care for nature, and leave no one behind. A lot is at stake for farmers. Their ability to work the land and provide healthy food is increasingly threatened, not just by volatile markets, but also by the effects of climate change, by environmental degradation of the land, and by loss of biodiversity. The business of farmers depends on these natural resources. For farmers, fighting climate change and protecting the environment essentially means protecting the future of their own livelihood. And that is why also the COVID-19 pandemic cannot be a reason to pause in protecting our nature. This year, the theme of the EU Green Week is zero pollution. As we all know, pollution affects everybody through the air we breathe, the water we drink, and the land we grow our food on. It reduces the ability of ecosystems, and particularly the soil, you know that better than me. It reduces the ability of ecosystems to provide services such as carbon sequestration and decontamination. Until not so long ago, the role of soil was discussed by a minority of devoted experts and agronomists. Today, we all understand that soils play an essential role and that we need to restore and preserve them. We also recognize that our farmers play a critical role to keep our soils healthy and therefore play a critical role for the future of our planet, for our future. Since 2019, the 4 per 1,000 initiative has been instrumental in the EU and beyond to raise awareness of the importance of soil for our food security and for our climate. And as we will see again today and this week, 4 per 1,000 is not just about building awareness. It is about taking concrete action. Today, I would like to pay tribute to your commitment and to your bold and effective action day in, day on. The number of partners and projects who join your virtual fair is a clear demonstration of the relevance of your work. It also shows the importance of cooperation to translate the Green Deal ambition into action. Let me warmly thank you again for organizing this event and the virtual fair. I wish you a productive EU Green Week, and I look forward to hearing your exchange and ideas for action at the service of our food security and climate. Thank you for your kind attention.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Geslain-Lanéelle, for this extremely valuable insight into the orientation followed by the European Union and your encouraging word to the 4 per 1,000,000 initiative. We will be delighted to continue this exchange with you and the European authorities in order to strengthen our relation and our cooperation. I would like to give the floor to one of our vice presidents, who was for 4 years the president of the 4 per 1,000,000 initiative, so that he can share with us his vision of the global challenges of solidarity and collaborative dialogue that we are facing, taking the example of the African continent. Mr. Ibrahim Mayaki, you have the floor.
Thank you very much, Paul. Mr. President, dear Stéphane, Madam Director, dear Catherine, and Madam Vice President, dear Gabrielle, and dear Paul and Mark. It's evidently a pleasure to be here, as always, even if we can't meet physically. Let me start by saying that last year's shock, which is still going on, started in a very slow and small manner, and then followed an exponential curve. And we are still dealing with a fluctuation in that exponentiality. And I think this concept of exponentiality will become more and more important in the design of most our public policies, and even in the domain in which we are developing our initiative. This shock was global, is still global, and calls upon our capacity to act coherently on the global scene. And if there is one eminent characteristic of a 4 per 1,000 initiative, it's the fact that it reflects what should be a governance mechanism adapted to the challenges of our time. In addition to this challenge, we know that we need to mitigate climate change. We need to adapt agriculture and forestry to the changes that are already occurring around the world. It cannot be repeated enough. But agriculture is not only part of a problem because of greenhouse gas emissions, with nearly 25% of the total for the FOLU sector, but it is above all a large part of the solution thanks to the storage of carbon in soils that it allows if we adopt the right practices. And 4 per 1,000 is at the forefront of a battle for adopting the right practices pragmatically. So all these crises, not to mention the decline in biodiversity, are permanent challenges. But humanity will only be able to solve if it is united, if it bases its actions on the humanism that came out of the age of enlightenment. And it's quite remarkable that we need to dig into what did shine in our past history so that we take the values that are necessary for us to move forward and give a content to what progress means. So in this context, action at the level of each continent is a major step to define the objectives which are specific to regional and continental problems. The African Union and its action arm, which is the NEPAD agency, has been an early partner and member of a 4 per 1,000 initiative. And we are working towards uniting forces and support concrete actions on the ground that are in line with our initiative, because it is our initiative. AFR 100, which is about forest restoration and land fighting against land degradation. The Great Green Wall, which goes from Dakar to Djibouti. The Comprehensive Africa Agricultural Development Program, which is a continental strategic framework. And even the African Alliance for Climate Smart Agriculture are all examples of programs and alliances developed on the African continent to strengthen solidarity between African countries on the issues addressed by the 4 per 1,000 initiative. And many African field actors have a stand in our virtual 4 per 1,000 fair. 30 stands out of 119, that is to say approximately 25%, represent actions, concrete actions developed in Africa. So this shows the mobilization of these actors and their involvement in our international initiatives. All the conditions are gathered so that we can keep this momentum. And I wish all of you a good visit. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mayaki, for your always clear and relevant and visionary intervention. Thank you very much. Let me turn to our new Vice President, recently elected by the consortium of members of our initiative, Mrs. Gabrielle Bastien, founder and co-director of Regeneration Canada, who has just also been distinguished as Canada's Clean 50 Emerging Leader 2021. Congratulations. Mrs. Bastien, could you share your experience and your vision on the importance of the involvement of all stakeholders to win the fight against climate change and on how to move forward united in the face of such challenges. Mrs. Gabrielle Bastien, you have the floor.
Thank you so much, Paul, for this kind introduction. Sure, I'm happy to share my remarks in that regard. And thank you so much for your thoughtful remarks, Stéphane, Ibrahim, and Catherine as well, and Mark for all your work in putting this together. So I'm delighted to be here with you all today and to be able to speak on the occasion of the launch of a new kind of event, an event that makes the most of the current international situation and context without giving in to any kind of renunciation in the face of the current circumstances we're facing. I'm truly honored to have been elected as Vice President of the initiative and to be able to bring a complementary sensitivity, notably geographical, to that of the two other exemplary personalities who continue to assure the presidency and the vice presidency of our international initiative. I know that it is complex and sometimes difficult to build new approaches, new partnerships, as I have work to do in my country with Regeneration Canada. So I salute the tremendous efforts that have been done so far to make the 4 per 1,000 initiative, to make this movement and this international dynamic in favor of soil health and soil organic carbon to fight against food insecurity and climate change. The stakes, as previous speakers have reminded us, are high, and to succeed in this immense task, it is vital to involve all of the players, whoever they are and whatever their size. So whether it's countries, regions, provinces, municipalities, whether it's producers, organizations at the local, national, regional, or global level, whether it's national or international research, teaching, training, or scientific cooperation institutions, whether it's philanthropic or private foundations, banks, and development agencies, whether it's all forms of organizations representing civil society, associations, groups, NGOs, etc. And finally, whether it is companies of all sizes, including multinationals, all are welcome to join forces in the face of the challenges humanity is facing, and particularly the fight against climate change and food insecurity. Only together and united can we make a difference, starting with our approach to agriculture, so that it becomes the spearhead of the fight against climate change as it deserves. Change will not be easy and there will be resistance, but if all of the actors in our societies are involved and contribute to the development and implementation of concrete actions at the grassroots level, success will be achieved for a brighter future for humanity. So thank you all so much for joining us and for your commitment and dedication towards our food security and a livable climate. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Gabrielle Bastien, for these strong words, so appropriate in the context we know all and in the face of the challenging facing humanity. Well, we have now reached the end of the first part of this inaugural event. I think, my dear Mark and Julia, that it is time to give you the floor so that you can give us a more detailed presentation of the 4 per 1,000 virtual fair, and that we can also take a little tour of the 5 continents. Mark and Julia, you have the floor.
Okay, yeah, hello everybody. Stéphane, Catherine, Gabrielle, Ibrahim, and Paul, I'm happy to be here and that we managed in such a short period to really materialize from idea to realization within a period of 3 months. So I think I'm extremely happy about it. Let me show you a small presentation about the fair. I won't be very long. Of course, we were struggling a bit with, in January with the Green Week. The motto of this year is zero pollution for a healthier people and planet. And I think a basic misunderstanding is that even here, when I look at my mobile phone, I look air quality, CO2 is never seen as a pollutant, but it is. And I think this is even the biggest pollutant making most of the problems. Though we said, listen, air pollution and greenhouse gases by improving soil health is part of the solution. I hope I get this slide going. Yes. Now, at the end, we must come to some kind of circular economy, no matter if it is air pollution or natural resources or cultural values. We must come back there to stay healthy. At present, our system is basically, we're just doing an economy of 50%, which is exploitation. This is how we perceive the world and how we worked on it for the past, since we're doing agriculture and since we're on this earth. And the enormous challenge is that we have to develop the other 50% with photosynthesis at its heart, regeneration. It's not just a huge challenge, it's a huge opportunity for employment. It means today we're running on half of what we can do. We have a huge employment opportunities in the regenerative sector, and we must develop it. Now, what it needs for it to happen, to realize the 50%, I think very important at the top is polluter pays. This is true for all over the world. I made a presentation at the Global Food Summit in January, and it is just Europe since 1960, 189 gigatons of CO2, Africa 4. It just tells you a bit what's wrong in this world. I think it's also part of the solution is citizen empowerment. We need citizens. We don't need for everything governments. We need citizens, we need local ownership, and we need an engagement of people boosting this regenerative sector. But what I think is very important, and especially for international, is international solidarity and collaboration. We cannot, as a small Europe, solve the problem here. We need the other countries and continents, and we must invest into it. It means that as we're paying today for waste and sewage, we need to pay for CO2 emissions and make sure that those people who have more area, fertile soils, and a more prosperous climate in the tropics to help us to draw down CO2. What we need is innovation, but I put it at the last point because I think what we're mostly facing is not so much a technical problem, but much more one of culture and responsibility. Cap per mil, I would just want to be the context of the fair in the Cap per mil action plan. When I joined Cap per mil 1.5 years ago, it was Madrid. We quickly came together and we said, listen, we need a platform for effective networking. And we materialized it within rather fast. Then we started developing a strategic plan, which led to the formation of 24 task forces. And in October, we started the Delphi study based on the platform to develop an agreed and coherent implementation strategy. This is a rather big exercise, but please be patient, we'll get there. We said what we need in between is it's not enough to have paper and good plans. What you need is team spirit and team work. And this is where we have where the fair comes in. When I heard about the Green Week from a colleague of mine in January, I came up with the idea at our meeting on the 26th of January. And we managed within 3 months, that's not even 3 months ago, to build this from scratch, from the idea to what it is today. In July, we hope that we have our implementation strategy ready and that we can start with a call for projects and get support from major donor agencies for all the people on the ground. It's not for our secretariat, it's for the people who are at the fair. I would like to see in 2021 that we accelerate decisively implementation at large scale around the globe. Now, a bit figures about the fair. So I told you already, January we had the idea. We're prototyping in February, and I must say, without our colleagues from Benin, Afris, this would not have been possible. Now, in March, we made a call for participation, and we had 125 teams that registered worldwide. We have 600 members and partners in our in Cap per mil, so it's about 1/4 or 120% of all partners and members that are at the fair, which I think is a very decent number to see the short notice that everybody had. We had a very good exchange with the participants and managed to get ideas from Italy, from Niger, from India, from Hong Kong, very nice people that helped me and said, listen, we were all looking a bit of how can we actually make this a reality, and we learned from each other. So we have a total of 237 exhibitors. Yes, so each stand is always a team. So that's already quite massive. And they started developing content in April, and we have 71 stands today completed. And we're hopeful that we're getting more stands. And by the end of the fair, that it will be even more, that we will have completed 125 or even exceeded. Now, this is a bit, I just made the screenshot this morning. We have 800 views per day now. This was before it went public. This is just the views internally. Yes, so that's quite a nice result already. You see clear line that we're moving upwards, and I hope this trend, we can maintain it. Now, I must say something about expectations. We made a small survey, and Alan Adams said, this will be a source of insight and ideas for our project. I'm also hoping to enter into dialogue with others involved in restoring of ecosystems for removing carbon from the atmosphere. This is a gigantic task, can only be effective if we work together. I also want to thank John. He did a great job in mobilizing people in Uganda. It was really amazing to see all these signboards up. I don't know how he managed. Now, I will click to the platform. Now, this is the page as you see it when you go on the collaborative platform. You have a world map with all the stands. You can click on one of the stands.
Mark, we can continue to see your presentation, not your screen.
Oh, you cannot see my screen?
No, we can see your presentation. You have to stop sharing and switch.
No problem. Thank you. I'll go to the screen. Do you see my screen now? The map?
Yes.
Good. Now, if you go to the website, you get to the logo, of course. Then you have a map. You can click on one of the icons to see what stand it is, and you get to a stand. Now, it's always the same structure, so this facilitates navigation. You have an image gallery, can look what people are doing. I never visited this stand before. Great. You have information about partnership, what they're looking for, how they're doing, and you have hours where you can talk, actually meet up with people while going on a chat room. On top, you always have a navigation button. You can look at the stands. There is a list of stands where you can look at which countries, can sort it, can see the stands in Argentina, and you can go to your next stand. You visit it. Events. All stands have an event table, and here we have an event. This is already quite a nice list for a start. You can actually, all presenters, all stands can promote their events. So this is a beautiful list, which would be difficult to compile without the fair. So we have now about 50 events during our fair, which are already up, and I'm sure this number is going to increase over the coming days. This will be updated every day. So this was updated yesterday. You have time difference and everything. The same is for opening hours. So you can visit the stands and actually just knock on the door and go and talk to people. So back to the map and back to the home page. So it's quite straightforward. We have expectations. People that come to the fair and give their opinion about their expectations. So it's quite a nice list, very nice and encouraging words that we're getting from all over the world. So, chat room, but I think I hand over now to Julia, who will give us a small tour through the world. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mark. Julia, you want to take your share?
I will
Okay,
go on.
ready? Fasten your seatbelt. We go for world tour.
Thank you, Paul. Yeah. Hello, everybody. Yeah, I'm Julia. I'm working for the General Secretariat in Germany. And yeah, I would like to guide you through a little world tour today. As Mark already showed us on the map, we have we have several stands. We have a lot of stands, what is awesome. So thoroughly, we only could pick a few today who could give us a short introduction and a short overview. So I will start my screen sharing now so we can see the pages of the stands. And then I would like to ask always one person from the stand to also say a few words. This is the first stand we would like to show. It's stand number 39, based in Finland, the Baltic Sea Action Group. And I will just scroll a little bit through to let you see how it looks like. We have a photos here and also videos coming up. So on all the pages, you can find a lot of information. It's very interesting just to look through. Here we can see that an event is going to take place on the 5th of May. This is this Thursday, so maybe have a look. And I would like to hand over to Laura. So Laura, do you want to say a few words?
Yes, thank you. Hello, yes, welcome to Finland. So I'm Laura Höger from the Baltic Sea Action Group. And as you can see here, you can find us at the stand number 39. And the topic of our stand is, together with the Finnish Meteorological Institute, an online service that illustrates the effects of regenerative farming on farms. The observatory makes a carbon sequestration visible on farms, and I want to emphasize, it also makes one of the world's first carbon sequestration forecasts. So it can be used internationally, anywhere in the world. We think that the fair is an excellent opportunity to collaborate with similar activities, and we really are looking forward to welcoming you during the fair. Thank you.
Thank you, Laura. Sorry, I lost the page. What is happening?
If you're on the map, if you're on the map, click on 38, you get there.
Yeah. Just give me a second, sorry.
Mark, you can maybe on your screen have the same follow-up, and then if there is a trouble, you can take the hand.
I will now click on number 7.
Hello?
Julia?
We lost Julia?
I think Julia has problems with her internet.
Yes, Mark, can you take the lead and
I can take
show
the
the
lead,
stand
no
7?
problem.
And we will call Danilo.
No.
Yeah, Julia, are you back? Yeah.
So
good.
yeah,
Okay,
here it
good.
is,
Okay.
sorry.
No problem.
This is the second stand I wanted to show you. We are going to Italy now. This is a stand of Paneco Ambiente. It's a small biotech firm in Italy. And here on their exhibition side, you can find a lot of information on a special humus called Anensi. That's a focus. So Danilo, do you want to say a few?
Yes, please. Thank you, Julia. Welcome in Italy, everyone. I'm Danilo Calcaterra and I represent the biotech firm Paneco Ambiente. We create and produce innovative solutions, reducing the impact of man on the environment. You can find us at stand 007. The topic of our stand is soil improvement with humus and NZ. We think that the fair is a great opportunity to know each other and to create a real, tangible change.
Few words.
I hear the Julia speaking afterwards. I think we are fine anyway. Okay,
It's okay,
I'm gonna go on.
Keep
Okay.
going.
Perfect. Thank you. We are looking forward to welcoming you during this fantastic event. Thanks again to all the 4,000 team for the great work. Thank you, Paul. Thank you, Julia. Thank you, Mark, and thank you, everyone. Julia, back to you or back to Mark?
We will see. I see that she has just a blue circle. I don't know, Paul, if you cut it, I could take over and she could join again. And I would continue to, hello?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, so I cannot share my screen as long as she has locked it.
I tried to, but we are locked with her also.
Okay.
I'm
not
Julia?
sure if you can hear me, but
yes, I can hear you.
I can't hear and see anything anymore. I will switch out my video to see if that helps.
Mark, can you take the end for the presentation, and Julia will continue to speak. I think it's in her connection is too low.
That's the best way to do.
Yep. Continue, please, Julia, if you can listen to us.
So, now I have to watch out. How do I do it?
Okay, just do it.
Okay, I'll try this one. I'll try this one. So we're at 7.
We were at 7, yes.
Next land.
Yes.
Thank you.
Is it good? Innovation and youth.
It's AFRIS, yes.
It's AFRIS. So I think it's Natasha Agbo who will take the.
Yes, thank you, Mark.
Say hello.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, good. Hello, everyone. My name is Natasha Agbo from Benin in West Africa, and I'm part of the African Innovation Services, NGO, in short, AFRIS. So AFRIS is specialized in the scaling up of good production practices, respecting the environment and soil health, and also in the implementation of collaborative platforms for several institutions, including the 4,000 initiative. Aware of your familiarity with this collaborative platform through the development of your stands, we decided to focus our stand on the innovation, scaling, and youth employment topic. And here we will present you the operational framework that allowed us to obtain very good results with the farmers. So, yes, we are very pleased to welcome you on the AFRIS stand to share experiences during this fair. Thank you, Mark.
Thank you very much, Natasha, and thanks, Danilo. I'm back, and also thank you, Mark, for showing the pages. I think that will make it a lot better for my my connection is running again. So yeah, the next stand we're seeing now is a stand from the Simpsons Foundation. We are now in Malawi, and the Simpson Foundation is presenting ways to conserve national forest and biodiversity. I found it very interesting to read that they are producing fruit juices from natural trees, what they are showing here on this page. So yeah, there are a lot of pictures and a lot of information. So I would like to hand over to Joseph. Do you want to say a few words?
Yeah, sure. I would like to say a few words. Maybe you can switch on my video.
Yes, you can.
Okay, it seems it's saying I've been blocked. So anyway, I will present a short brief. We are Simpson Foundation in Malawi, and our focus area mainly is on smart climate agriculture, and we have been doing that since 2013. However, in the course of our work, we have seen that there's actually a direct link. There's actually a direct link between agriculture and natural resources. Like in any other developing country, farmers have a very limited time where they can go for farming. and in between they need to make or to have a survival mode, and the only alternative is to have the natural resources. Now we found out that because they are destroying a lot of natural resources, they need to have an incentive to make sure that they're actually able to keep up the natural resources. That's why we came up with this idea of having natural fruit juices, so that they are able to appreciate the value that is they are adding on the natural resources. In the process, protecting the environment, which will have a direct impact on the agricultural production. So we welcome you to stand number 59, but also we have another stand number 58, where we'll also be talking of solar corridor issues. So you are welcome, and we are glad to be here. Thank you very much, Mark and Julia.
Thank you very much. Okay, then we're making a little jump. We're flying from Africa to Latin America. We're now in Brazil. This stand is from Café dos Contos, it's called, the organization. Paolo and Mariana also are going to say a few words. They are the founders of this, this organization. And on this page, you can find out about the benefits of agroforestry to soil, soul, and society. And the two of them, yeah, here we can see them, also are going to have events on the 15th of May and the 29th of May to present the new paradigm of coffee production. So yeah, please have a look on the page. It's very interesting. And I would like to hand over to Mariana and Paolo.
Hello, I am Mariana.
I'm Paulo. Julia, can I switch on my camera?
Yes.
I think it's blocked for me.
Sorry for that.
No problem at all.
Well, try to find you on the list. Sorry, keep going. I will unlock your.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, well, hi, I'm Paulo, speaking from Brazil. Me and Mariana, we are founders of Café dos Contos, an agroforestry coffee brand here in Brazil. And we are very honored to be here with you in this fair. It's a fantastic job. And we are very excited to tell a little bit of our story and experience with agroforestry and how it was transforming to our lives and our community. I hope we have your visit in our stand. And so you'll be very welcome in the stand 067. And now I pass over to Julia and Mark. Thank you very much for the opportunity. It's a great work, guys.
Thank you very much. Okay, then we are going on. We're now moving to Mexico. Here we can also already see, Mark is already clicking through some pictures and presentations here. The Asociación Nacional de Agricultura de Conversación, short ANAC. Pedro will soon tell us a little bit about this site. I also wanted to mention that there's an event coming up today, as I saw, talking about sustainable maize production. It's 5 o'clock our time, CET, so maybe it will be interesting for one or the other. Okay, Pedro, you can talk, and Pedro will mainly talk in Spanish.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Mexico. I'm Pedro Maldonado from the National Association of Conservation Agriculture, a network of farmers and professionals who do sustainable agriculture. We are at the stand 197. Our theme is soil conservation. We believe that the fair is an excellent opportunity to promote what we do, find more friends, and together make successful the goals of 4 per 1,000. Welcome to the fair. Thank you.
Thank you. Muchas gracias.
Gracias a todos.
Super. So now we're going on. We're moving a little bit up on the map and now moving to the United States, we have a page here from Conserve Water. And on this exhibition page, the uses of satellite and artificial intelligence data is explained and how it can measure soil carbon. I would like to hand over to Subramaniam. Are you here?
Yes, yes, yes. Can you see me? Yes,
yeah,
there you go.
Perfect.
Yeah. Thank you, Julia. Thank you, Mark, and all of everybody in the 4P 1000 team. Thank you very much. Hello, everyone. How are you? This is Satya coming from Conserve Water, coming from the Bay Area, San Francisco Bay Area, USA. At Conserve Water, we use satellites and AI to measure the soil carbon to a 30 centimeter depth regularly without any sampling or hardware on the ground. So this enables us to help farmers generate and certify internationally recognizable carbon credits. This will help farmers across the globe to double their income. Today, we work across more than 2 million acres around every inhabited continent. And if you are involved in sustainable agriculture, please contact us. Please visit our virtual booth and let us work together to help farmers across the globe to be part of the solution to combat climate change. Thank you very much. See you all soon.
Thank you very much. I think I also thought there's an event coming up today. Can that be, or did I?
Yes, you do. Yes, we are. So I am having 2 presentations following this event. So people, if you're interested, please stop by.
Super, thank you.
Thank you.
For everybody who's interested, have a look on stand number 63 to find out about the event, about and the times. So we are going on now. We're making a big jump and flying to Australia. This page was created from AgriPower, and on this page, the use of a special silicon fertilizer is explained. This fertilizer offers several environmental and greenhouse gas emission reduction benefits, and it's called Agricilicia. I haven't seen Sarah. Maybe...
No, she's not in line.
Okay. So Sarah is not here today, but yeah, I can only urge everybody to have a look at the pages to find out more about the stands. So let's go on.
Wow, she is here. She said she is, but I cannot see her on the list.
Oh.
Where are you, Sarah? You are in the normal attendance, the participant, or yes, you are in the participant. I have to find you on the list. Why cannot find her? Are you under your name?
Should we maybe go on, Paul, and then maybe
ask if
Sarah
okay.
wants to say something in the end?
Yes.
So we are going on and hopping to Hong
Julia,
Kong.
you've unmuted me already.
Oh, yes. Okay.
If
yes,
you'd like me to speak,
Sarah.
I can speak now.
Yes,
okay, great.
Then
okay, thank you. So firstly, I'd like to say thank you to you all for affording us this opportunity to be a part of this virtual fair, which looks to be fantastic. I just quickly, in a very short time, want to introduce you to our fertilizer product, Agricilica, which is derived from amorphous silica and contains
I can't hear you anymore, Sarah. Is it just me?
And to name a few, it increases plant uptake and utilization of nutrients, can increase the rate of photosynthesis, improving carbon sequestration and soil carbon, reduces abiotic and biotic stresses, minimizing the impacts of drought and salinity. It can reduce greenhouse gases such as nitrous oxide and methane, and also helps to reduce the heavy metal uptake by plants. So all of this results in better quality crops, increased crop size, shelf life, market value, and also we're very proud to be working towards contributing to several of the UN SDGs as well. So in a nutshell, please visit us at Store 19. We're based in Australia, so on the other side of the world. So if you would like to connect with us, please do. Just send us a message and we will make sure we jump online in a more European, rest of the world friendly time zone to talk to you all.
Wonderful. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Okay, then now we're going on and hopping over to Hong Kong. Here we can see the page of Homeland Green Limited. Yeah, I was amazed to see how much interesting information you put in this page. So many pictures and PowerPoints and videos. It's super interesting. So yeah, I can just urge everybody to have a look. You find everything regarding regenerative farming and low carbon footprint consumption in Hong Kong here. And I've already seen Josephine and would like to hand over to you.
Hi, welcome to Hong Kong, China. I'm Josephine Chen. The motto of a very, very, very small charitable organization, Homeland Green, is "Be just to the earth for the sake of all beings." My members and I joined the fight against pollution because we believe all pollutants are toxic to our environment, and there are no safety thresholds for anything toxic. But we choose to work from the soil up. We have two stands. At stand 27, we'll talk about how we promote regenerative farming in Hong Kong and the progress we've made, even though Hong Kong is always considered as a metropolitan city. And then at stand 35, we'll share an exciting story. That is a story of how the desert, notorious for being one of the major sources of sandstorms in northern China, is being recovered to become a high-yield, zero-pollution, eco-agricultural zone that improves the livelihood of the people as well as the environment. That is really a very, very amazing journey. So look forward to meeting you all and thank you for having us.
Thank you very much. So we are going on and now arriving in Spain. We have a page here created from the University of Murcia. And yeah, oh, okay, we can't see the pictures, but they are coming up. Yeah, we are having here project sites presented, talking about dry Mediterranean soil. And I will hand over to Maria, who might maybe speak in Spanish. Let's see, and will tell us a little bit more. Maria, are you here? Hello.
Hello. Welcome to Spain, to Murcia. I am María José Martínez, coordinadora del proyecto LIFE Andrés C4 de adaptación al cambio climático de la agricultura de secano mediterránea. Nosotros estamos en el stand 114. Creemos que esta feria es una gran oportunidad para intercambiar ideas y soluciones para solucionar los objetivos de contaminación cero. Desde nuestra experiencia del proyecto podemos decir que la agricultura de secano mediterránea contribuye a los objetivos porque mitiga el cambio climático con adaptación de prácticas de 4x1000 y economía circular de la materia orgánica, y porque además proponemos una adaptación basada en ecosistemas cuantificando los servicios ecosistémicos. En resumen, creemos que podemos contribuir a la contaminación cero, a la degradación neutra de la tierra, a poner en valor las tierras secas y a fijar población al territorio. See you in our stand 114. Thank you very much.
Great, thank you very much. Yeah, we are now going on and arriving in France.
Yes.
I cannot see the stand, but I'm pretty sure Mark will figure it out soon. The stand number 52 is a stand of Sirat, and it's talking about agroecology and safe food system transitions in Southeast Asia. Also, I saw there's an event coming up on the 11th of May, which will take us to Cambodia. Mark, I still can't see the page. I also can't hear Mark. Maybe.
No, I cannot see also who is
no, it
speaking
is, the
about
problem
this
is always, I have to switch my, it's always the same. It's complicated with this thing. Okay, let me go here. Sorry.
It's okay. It works.
But
So who is the people who
Pascal Linart was supposed to be here, but I haven't seen him.
No.
It's Julia.
He's also in the wrong.
He's in the wrong room. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can we switch him over?
Well, I try to keep going.
Super. Okay, so yeah, maybe we it's just one more stand, so maybe we go on.
No, it's okay. You can go with Pascal.
Ah, super. Okay, then Pascal, you can start. Are you here?
Pascal.
Pascal?
Yeah,
Yes,
I'm
your
here.
mic is off. Yeah,
no.
okay, thank you.
Now we can hear you.
Thank you, Julia. Sorry for that. So thank you, first of all, to give us this opportunity to present a little bit our work here in Southeast Asia. So welcome to Southeast Asia. Welcome to the Mekong region. So I'm Pascal Yana. I'm an agronomist working at CIRAD, which is a French agricultural research center for international development. We are here at the stand 52, but CIRAD is also partnering with many other institutions, national or international in different countries. So you can also find CIRAD in the stand number 69, if I remember well, in Ivory Coast, and also in 70 French Indies overseas. So the stand is about agroecology and the safe food system transition in Southeast Asia. So really about how to harness the potential of agroecology to transform food system, and especially to try to transform them into something more safer and also more inclusive for young people and for women. The idea is also to try to build on existing experience, successful stories, to try to bring them to scale. So as you mentioned, there is an event scheduled on the 11th of May, I think early afternoon at 2 p.m., where our colleagues from Cambodia will be presenting a little bit more in detail what is ongoing right now in terms of practices, but also in terms of institutional arrangement and enabling environment in Cambodia. So we are looking forward to meet you there and to exchange with you and to chat on these different topics. So thanks a lot for this opportunity.
Thank you. Great. Okay, then we will go on, and this is the last stand we would like to show you. The Ministry of Agriculture and Food in France also created a page. This is it, and I would like to ask Thibault Nancy to say a few words.
I am Thibault Nancy from the French Ministry for Agriculture and Food. Tout d'abord, je voudrais saluer Madame et Messieurs les Présidents et les remercier de l'honneur qu'ils nous font de participer aujourd'hui. Et je voudrais remercier aussi le Secrétaire Général Paul Lu. Many thanks to the General Secretariat for having, and the Presidents for having offered us these opportunities of the virtual fair. We are very honored to be part of it and very happy to be part of the fair, the event of today and the European Green Week. Bien entendu, pardon Madame Geslain-Lanéelle, je vous ai oublié, mais je vous salue également et je vous remercie d'être là, d'être présente. Our participation is to express the strong support of the French government for the initiative that we supported from the beginning. It was launched in Paris by Mr. Le Foll. We consider the initiative to be crucial for the fight against climate change and for the preparation of the 2 COPs that will take place at the end of the year in China and in Scotland. Please visit our page. This is to discover the French public policies regarding the 4 pour 1000, the 4 per 1000, but also regarding agroecology. We would like really to welcome you on this page. It's really easy to remember. It's 1, 2, 3, so you cannot forget the number of our stand. Thank you very much, and see you soon.
Thank you very much. And yeah, thanks to everybody who participated in the world tour here. And yeah, I think it gave us a little bit of a feeling how the fair is going to be. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to participating in many events. I think it's really going to be very interesting and very diverse. So thank you. And I'm giving back to Paul.
Thank you, Julia. Thank you very much to you and Mark for this presentation. It was very complete. I think it gave a good overview of the richness of the whole fair. And it was only a little bit more than a dozen of stands, and there are a lot more to discover, to discuss, with the people. And I think it was a very good experience. Mark, can you please stop sharing your screen? And it's not because I want to see my face, but it's just because it's also easy. Thank you very much to all. Thank you, Julia and Mark, for this information, and congratulations to the team of the Executive Secretariat who worked very hard to achieve this very impressive result. I think in particular, of course, to Mark and Julia, but also to Joachim, our internship, who we just remote at the moment because we cannot move in France. Well, just today we can start moving. And also without forgetting, as Mark already said, our partners of AFRIS in Benin, especially Natasha, for all the help around this event. Well, here now is the long-awaited moment of this inaugural event, the symbolic opening of the 4 per mille virtual fair by the 4 personalities who are done just as the honor to be with us today. Mrs. Bastien, Mrs. Geslain-Lanéelle, Mr. Le Foll, and Mr. Mayaki, the floor is yours to pronounce together the sentence to open this virtual fair. Don't forget to switch your micro on at the same time. So you are on all, I hope so.
The President.
Mr. President, Gabrielle, you okay? Mr. President is there or not? Ibrahim is ready. I cannot see the President anymore. Well, I don't know where he is. Cher Stéphane? No, okay. So let's do it without him. That's okay. We'll have 2 women and a man. Please.
So, perfect. That's
okay, you can go together. 1, 2, 3.
We
officially
declare
the 2021
virtual fair during the EU Green Week
open.
Thank you very much. That was great. I mean, Zoom is not useful. It's not used to have all the people speaking at the same time, it seems. Okay, thank you very much. That is it. The virtual ribbon of the virtual fair is just virtually cut. Well, the fair is open now and until June 5th, 2021. So I remind all of you that we are organizing on June 1st, 2021 from 10 to 10:45 CEST, an event around exhibitor involved in the restoration of ecosystem and agrosystem as part of the launch of the United Nations Decade for Ecosystem Restoration, in which the 4 per mille initiative is a partner, a decade led by UNEP and FAO. We will give more information on this event very soon on the platform and on our social networks. So thank you very much, Mrs. Geslain-Lanéelle, Mrs. Bastien, Mr. Le Foll, and Mr. Mayaki, to have shared with us this particular event. Thank you to all the team of the Secretariat of the initiative, and especially once again, a big thank you to all the exhibitors for their trust and their involvement. So all of you have a good visit to all of the virtual fair. Do not forget any stand, visit all of them, and goodbye to all. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
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 Bye.
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 Bye. Bye. Bye.